Good Sunday, everybody. How you doing? I'm Andy Vitale, host of My Fight Our War, along with OG in the house.
Hey.
And we are just doing some little bit of stuff in the studio. Made some changes with some acoustic changes with some sound foam pads that we put up. And besides, doing the job with obviously the sound and all that, just looks
good.
damn cool. I mean, it's looking more and more like a studio. But doing that and doing a little messing around with some of the lighting, doing some changes with the mics. So if you guys happen to notice anything, OGs are the same. I kind of finagled with mine a little bit. So if you
Let us know what you think.
hopefully it sounds better.
Yeah.
Or it may not sound any different at all. So we'll just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, man, it's just been a nice day, chilly day here in Detroit.
You got a new Lions t-shirt.
Got some new Lions gear and getting ready to see our Detroit Lions tonight.
Yes.
6:30, about a little less than 2 hours away to see our Lions. Hopefully, to watch our Lowens. You know what?
The Lowens and the Lions.
Let's just try this again.
Okay.
How you doing, everybody?
Sunday.
I mean, it's just one of those days, man. But that's all right. One of those days is better than no days.
Yes.
And as you guys hopefully saw earlier, popped on for a little bit after I did my job. I woke the dead. I sang.
He sang.
I sang for my dad. And it was today's his birthday. So happy birthday, Dad. Pete Vitale. Love you. Miss you. Think about you all the time, man. And wishing you a very happy heavenly birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And along with that, like I said, just been doing a lot of finagling here. Just trying to do some upgrades. We've got our awesome IT guys coming on Tuesday. And hopefully, if all goes well, we got some things that are going to be in the works where we're going to be, we fly to New York every 6 weeks, where we got our guests that we do in person shows, interviews there. Here we do all virtual, and we've got the setup, to do in person.
Mm-hmm.
We're just doing some of the fine tuning as far as the cameras, mics, setups, to do that as well.
Smoother.
So we just have to do some things to make that happen because, I could do it. We could do, in person here, just like we are right now. But the whole point of it is it would not be, it'd be pretty much what you see right now. Just looking at the screen side by side instead of the two conversations. And, it's just, I'm not going to do half-ass stuff. I said that from the beginning. I'm not going to just throw shit out there just to throw it out there. So hopefully Tuesday we've got the guys coming over, and they've got a few ideas to see what's going to happen, and hopefully we're going to have some really good news, and we will start doing not only our 6 weeks in New York with all the guests out there, the ones who are flying in, but also guests here in Detroit area, metropolitan area as well. I mean, we've got a bunch of people who want to share their story. They want to do in person. They which is plus it's
nice.
It's just better. It's more, the feeling, the emotions, the intensity is so much better when you got in person. I found that out. My very first one that I did was a podcast, and it was audio only. There was no video, just audio only, just like basically listening to the radio, and it went great. The second podcast I did was not only audio and video, but it was live. It was a live stream that I did, and which was also, it was not in person, it was virtual.
Is that the one with the circle light?
That was with Dan and Donna from Hard Knocks, and had a great time. And since then, I've done, multiple shows with other people doing the same thing. You send the link and bam, you're
Mhm.
off. And I've had numerous guests come on our show, and it's great. You're still getting the person, you're seeing them just like we are now. That's like you're seeing us, and you're hearing their incredible story. But it wasn't until I flew out to New York and did Locked In with Ian Bick on his show. That was the first, in-person show,
Face to face.
and I loved it, man. And for me, was still, until I did his show, I was like, what's the big difference? You're still basically just like this, when you see the finished product.
Mhm.
It's but you are getting different camera angles. You're seeing the conversation back and forth, but it still didn't make sense to me. It's like you're still seeing this until I did it. And then once I did the show in New York and I saw it and just the whole attitude and the way everything went, then it was like, okay, I get it. And
The energy's different.
yeah, I mean, you can pick up on things, and it's
Mhm.
just a different vibe. And as soon as I did that one with Ian, I was hooked. And since then, we've flown to New York, what, 4 times, going on
Mhm.
5 times now. We've done God knows how many shows already. And we've got another probably 12 to 15 lined up in February. Then our producer, Matt Cronin's flying from New York here. And we're going to be
That'll be nice.
kicking out a shit ton of shows here, in our studio in Detroit.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. But other than that, it's been kind of a nice day, just chilling and chit chat with some people and family and friends. My cousin Tony is back in Arizona, but
Hallelujah. Safe flight.
he had a safe flight and just got a few messages from him, and he had a great time.
Yeah, I think he really enjoyed himself here.
Yeah. He's always chiming in. He's watching the show. He's commenting. He's reaching out to other family members, other people. A lot of interaction, man. I'm a little biased because he's my cousin, man, but a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so while he was here on, what was that, Friday, Saturday? Friday and Saturday, we got a chance to see him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was Friday. Him and my mom came to my place, and of
Had
course,
pizza?
here's where the studio is, and the spare room is the studio.
Yeah.
And I was telling him about it, and I was telling him, yeah, once you come on over, we're going to have we'll have some dinner, and after that, I'll show you. I'll show you the studio. And there's his wife, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
With your ears ringing, we were talking about you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Laura could not make it. That's Laura is my cousin Tony's wife, who is supposed to be on the trip with my cousin. And unfortunately, just like everyone, man, there's so much stuff going around between sinuses, respiratory, stomach flu. And unfortunately, Laura got hit with it right before coming to Detroit. Tony did not. So he was able to come here. And like I said, on Friday after dinner, I got up and I opened up the studio, started firing up the lights and everything. And he thought, he was just going to check it out, just see the cameras, the lights, the mics and everything, and which he was excited as can be. Well, I fired up the computer and everything, and we did a live with not only him in the room, but my mom as well. And it was the first time since I formed my Fight Our War back on January the 9th, 2023, that she saw what I do. And it was really nice. I absolutely love doing this. And I've had many conversations over the almost 2 years now with my not telling her, basically explaining this to her. And it's kind of hard to you could explain a show. I mean, you're sitting in front of a camera and a mic, and you're talking, and you're doing interviews, or you're being interviewed. But there's so much more to it than that. There's
I think she was impressed.
Well, it was really neat because with me, I just people will talk how long you've been doing shows, how long have you been, like my Fight Our War. January the 9th, this coming Thursday, we are going to be celebrating our 2nd anniversary. at My Fight or War, which I'm so happy and proud of. But I have not been doing this for 2 years. I have only been doing podcasts and shows for 8 months, something like that, 8-9 months maybe. Me doing it, I've been on other shows. When I first started this, within the first few months of starting My Fight or War, I was very fortunate. I got on like 3 different shows, podcasts right off the bat, and figured my intention was to do it to, I guess, bring attention to My Fight or War, what our platform is, what we do. And that was my intention. And I thoroughly expected to be sitting there trying not to puke and just be, nervous as hell, considering I didn't, like ever being in front of cameras or anything like that. And it was weird as can be, because the very first podcast, as I said, was strictly audio. And that was with Brad McLeod at Sober School. And I did an hour and a half with him. Well, maybe about an hour. I can't remember. But all I do remember is soon as the interview started, I just felt, because you're telling your own story. It's not like you're reading from a script, and I have people who actually do their shows and their stories, who actually do script their own stuff. And you know what? Hey, okay. I mean, that's okay. Whatever you do. I mean, you do you, man. But for me, I was like, the reason I didn't do it because I had no idea how to do it or what to do or anything with social media, clueless. So I just did it. And I made it very clear when I did my first video, not even an interview, my first video walking around my old place. I made it very clear that, hey, listen, man, I don't have a clue about anything with social media, the IT world, making shows, podcasts, zero. What I am going to tell you is after doing that first podcast, I was hooked. I knew that this is something that not only that I wanted to do, but I feel that I meant to do. There was just like this passion and this comfort. I've heard, ever since I did my first 2 or 3, I have the host talk before the show. And, they said, we need to talk to the guests first, because sometimes, the nerves are really there and they freeze up on camera. They freeze up when we hit live or whatever it may be. And I'm like, that's going to be me, man. And it was just the opposite. Nope. As soon as that camera went on and we started to talk, it was the strangest feeling I've ever had in my life, because it felt like I've been doing this my entire life, which was just insane. I did that first promo with Dan and Donna at Hard Knocks. I didn't know what a promo was. Dan's like, okay, I'm going to go off screen. It's going to be just you looking at you. I want you to do a 2 to 3 minute promo. And I'm like, what is a promo? And what do I do? And he's just like, how many shows have you done? Live shows. I'm like, counting yours? He goes, yeah. Counting this one right here. Yeah. None. 0. Which was like, oh. So
he was also pleasantly surprised.
He's like, listen, he kind of just explained, he goes, it's basically your life, your story that you're about to tell. He goes, what I want you to do is, just like if you see an accident that's about to happen, you're watching it, you want to look away, but you can't. And at the last minute, you stop before the accident. And then what happened? That's basically your promo. You're going to build up to what you're going to talk about. And I was still at this point like, okay. All of a sudden, he disappears from the screen. I'm sitting there, and I did my very first promo with Hard Knocks, and it's still out there right now.
It is good.
And after I got done, I stopped talking, and all of a sudden, Dan's face appears, and he's just kind of staring at me, to which I was like, I was pissed. I'm like, man, I can do it better. I can do it. And he's just like, dude, he goes, Manny, he goes, man, you're a natural, man. He goes, that was great. And I thought he was just, punking me. And it ended up first take, and it worked really well. And again, after that, I talked to him, I talked to Donna, and I talked to Brad at Sober School. And I'm like, listen, I want to do this. This is what I feel I was meant to do. And here we're coming in on 2 years of My Fight or War, about 8 or so months of doing this. And I've been so blessed with the people that I've met along the way. I mean, look at all these doors that have been open, man.
So many.
I mean, the people that we have met, the shows and the hosts that we have met from other people's shows that have been gracious enough to have me come on and tell my story, talk about My Fight or War, and then again to have them on as guests on our show.
And then they talk about you. That's how you get other people following you.
Yeah, I mean, I remember thinking, okay, again, not knowing anything about social media. And I remember watching someone's podcast, and they were talking, their guests back and forth with the host. And all of a sudden, I'm listening, and someone happened to bring up My Fight or War, and then started talking about me during their show. And it was just very, very humbling and very complimentary. And it was like, whoa, okay. And the best thing that ever happened to me was with Dan and Donna and a few other people that I met from the beginning, kind of took me under their wing and told me, because here I am seeing everything and, through these lights and cameras and mics and everything. And everyone is so great. Well, let's just say, it's life and everything's not great. And just like in life, people aren't always what they seem. And, I was very, very fortunate by the people that I started doing shows with that saw that I truly was just committed to this and had this passion for doing this. And it meant everything to me and literally took me under their wing, to things to look out for, people to watch out for. They actually, some of them came right out and started giving me platforms, names, shows that, red flags, man.
Stay away from this one.
This one. And then there was different things that, like warning signs, man, that, if you start, getting other people that it was just very good advice, bottom line.
Yeah.
And I am so blessed because of that. But because of that, it didn't take me long at all to see the ugly face of social media firsthand. And, don't get me wrong, man. I'm no college student, book smart, but,
street smart.
It takes a lot to get something past me. And
smart.
And even to this day, there's so many people that are sitting here probably watching right now thinking, oh man, this things that they think I don't know, or things that have said, people that are probably watching there have said things about me to other people, other shows, other platform, other hosts. And just so you know, I do know. And I remember when I first started finding out about all these fake profiles that people do and doing things. And these are the same people who are claiming to be almightier than thou. And I remember this was about when I very first started doing videos, not podcasts, just videos. And I remember, I think it was right when you started, because I was very pissed and I was about to, and I don't get into this bullshit where people are gonna, they got their clicks and they're discussing other people and they don't even know them, but their buddies know them. And since that, then they talk about people. No, I'm not, unless I hear something firsthand or I see it firsthand. You're not going to hear stuff from me about other people. So, that ends there. But that being said, when it comes to it's just the stuff that it comes out where people were coming out. And I remember telling OG, the things you look for, you can tell. And this was, like I said, about a little over a year and a half ago. And I was just very upset about it because I put everything into My Fight or War. And to have someone try to, do that, it ain't gonna happen. So after finding out firsthand knowledge of all this, I was like, okay, well, let's just be adult about this. And, you want to do this, we'll do it on the air. I got no problem with it. And I was about to, man. And I was about to say, for all of the fake profiles, for all this and all that, I've got one thing to say to you. And I was just gonna just tear it up, man, open a can of whoop ass and just, just be real. I
The
mean,
old
nothing
days.
mean, but just, hey, if you're gonna do it, there are repercussions for your actions. That's all I'm saying. So I was about to do it, man. And all of a sudden, it was just like this feeling came over me. And I just said, for all of you that are doing this, I've got one thing to say to you, and that is welcome to My Fight Our War.
There you go.
We are here to help, motivate, support you in any way possible, not judge you for anything. Because there's a reason that people are running around doing this stuff. I don't know what that reason is, but it's not normal, is it? Just like people that are dealing with addiction, mental health issues. Who am I to judge, man?
Mhm.
So all the stuff that I did, now here I'm about to come down on somebody for doing something that's obviously not right. It's not normal to be sitting there making up these profiles and then messaging people under false pretenses. There's an issue there, but who am I to judge that person? I don't know what their underlying issue is.
Well, being mean to somebody, isn't that kind of a mental health issue?
Exactly. So
Well,
it
that's why
could be
you
something
need
that
to be
happened to
welcome.
them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, by the grace of God, I literally opened my mouth expecting to say something, and it was just the other. And I'm so happy I did,
You've changed.
because
You've changed.
that is everything that My Fight Our War is not. We are not here to sit there and slam people. We are not here to sit there and spread gossip. We are not here to do that, and we never will be. And as far as all the rules that all of our shows have, which you do your own, each their own, ours is simple. Don't be an asshole. Don't bully people. Don't be mean. Don't belittle people. Don't,
No
support.
shame,
Yeah,
blame, or guilt.
it's so easy. Be a decent human.
Yeah.
And if there's issues or help, we'll address it.
Love your
But
fellow
if you
man.
do any of that, you're done. We can talk about it off camera, off the family, off the site, but it won't happen.
On
And
camera.
that's just been my philosophy since day one. And it's not because I'm better than anyone. It's because I've done all those terrible things. And I look back at me and the people who gave me a second chance. So again, who am I to judge? So I'm very proud of My Fight Our War and the people in it and everything that's been done. So it's just I haven't even been seeing everybody. So I mean that's just it's just there's so much going on with this Thursday. I'm not sure what we're doing, but we're doing something for our party for our anniversary.
Oh.
Laura,
Laura's here.
Laura's
Cousin
coming on
Tony's here.
soon. My
Brianna's here.
cousin. Brianna's on.
Hey, Brianna.
Wait a minute. Is
Yeah.
I don't have. I swear to God, this stupid eye. I have to. Besides my shoulder surgery, I'm having on the 23rd. I had that lens replacement surgery where you don't have to wear
Intraocular
glasses
lens place,
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that done about 4 years ago, I think. And as soon as I had it done, the specialist noticed, because the head trauma that I had with the shooting, with numerous concussions from hockey, he goes, if you had like some serious head trauma. So I'm like, huh? What? And the thing is, you guys know too, if you've had this lens replacement thing, you got to be a candidate for it to make sure you could have it done, which is like a 5-minute. You go in and out. I was there for an hour and a half.
Really?
They're like doing this test, that test, and Dr. Evans like, you have hemorrhaging behind both eyes, both retinas are damaged. I was like, what?
Hockey.
He goes, how many? He goes, have you ever had a head injury? I go, how many? I go, I've
Yeah.
had numerous.
Yeah.
I mean, hockey, shooting, fight. So they did both eyes, and about a month ago or so, I'm sitting there doing stuff, and I was like, yeah, I
can't
rubbed my
see.
eyes. It felt like when you wake
Yeah,
up in the
really,
morning, you got the
rubbing his
sleepers,
eyes, right.
and I'm like, what the hell? I'm drops. Well, then I've heard people say floaters. They have floaters. Well, I can tell you now, I know what that is. It is the weirdest freaking thing. You sit there and you start looking around. It's just like, yeah, what the? And then they
I'm
said
sober.
it's like a film. They described it to me, and I'm
Mhm.
like, you don't have to. I'm living it, but it feels like, and it looks like a film that's dirty over my eye. So it's just like,
So one eye is good.
So
The other eye. is bad.
January 31st, I have to go in and get my eye zapped. So while I'm sitting there, this is why when you look at camera, I'm sitting there going like this,
Uh-huh.
trying to focus. Bree, I don't have enough time for my main profile. I know, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting there, it's just like, you know, actually, Bree, that was funny you said that too, because I'll sit there and I'll go, we all have like our own file or page.
Profile.
And then like you guys, you got your platform too with your podcast and all that. So you got that, you got your page, you got his page, we got all of our pages. So it's the last thing I want is another one. And especially one I got to make shit up on. I'm having a hard enough keeping all this stuff, you know, straight and all that. So no, I hear you.
Uh-huh.
I found, but it wouldn't let me.
Oh,
that's you.
Yeah, show me on TikTok.
But let me follow you.
I have no idea what I'm
well, it's probably from
TikTok.
all the vulgarity and stuff.
Yeah. Right.
So, but
Girl Scout.
Anyways, so yeah, man, I really hope you guys. Thursday, I don't know what we're doing, but actually, it's 7:02 according to my good eye.
Yep.
Which means if all went well, 2 minutes ago, we just dropped another show on YouTube at My Fight Our War. I don't know who.
I'll look.
Let's see. Okay.
But it might not be.
Isn't vulgar. So I'm not sure if let's see. YouTube dummy. Oh, wait a minute. I see something.
I see Rikers Island guard.
I see a gentleman named Michael Bick.
Oh, is that who's on?
And
oh, I like Mike.
That voice you hear. That voice you hear is the voice of Michael Bick, who, if that sounds familiar, is the dad of Ian Bick.
Wonderful.
I tell you, as all you guys know, especially you, you know, doing your show, the people you meet. Well, actually, you were there, and we met Michael through obviously Ian. We were all there. Actually, the first time was when I did his show, and everything that happened after that, we just hit it off, man. And we went back the second time. It was for me and Ian to meet and go over like logistics stuff because me and him were going to start doing a show, and that got pushed back to the back burner. But we went out there just to discuss our plans to do different lives and do this and that. And we ended up going out to dinner with him and his dad, which was such an honor. Getting to learn about him while we were just having dinner, I ended up, I mean, me and Ian finished our business, what we needed to discuss. And we were just over dinner talking, me and Michael, his dad. I mean, he's a chef, owns his own catering business, Something's Fishy. And just what he has done to create this amazing business and all that he went through. So during this conversation, I'm like, screw that. I go, man, I'd love to have you on the show.
Yeah.
So that's who is on tonight's show is Ian's dad, Michael Bick. And it's funny too, because doing the show at the end, I mean, a lot of people were, Michael said afterwards that when people find out that he's Ian's dad, the conversation switches to like, instead of being about Michael, it's like asking questions about Ian. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I know Ian, and I was on his show. He was on mine. This was about, I was interested in
Mike.
Him, his dad. And it was really good guy. Really nice because, you know, he was surprised that I didn't just sit there and try to get Ian's stories during his show. And I'm like, why would I do that? This is about you, not him. Mm-hmm. This is separate. You know, Ian, you, and he, I hope you guys watch it tonight because you're going to learn about his dad, Michael Bick, and his philosophy in life, not only in life, but in his work ethic, his thoughts as a father and a business owner.
Nice guy.
And every time we go out there now, we hook up with him, see him, and I joke around with him all the time because he'll post some of his stuff that he creates, and his food looks so amazing.
Mhm.
And it's one of those things that it looks as amazing as it tastes. And I make sure to let him know that all the time. And then I throw in these hints about, did I mention we're going to be there next week? And it's sure as hell, man. He shows up and he's got food for us and just a great guy. So, again, much love to Michael Bick. So, please check him out tonight on our show. And there's the man,
King Handsome.
King Handsome.
in the
Let's
house.
go, brother. King
Woo.
Handsome will be on the show on January 13th. King Handsome, thank you so much for your artwork and all that with your
Yeah,
promo on your
fabulous.
page. So please, it's showtime with King Handsome and My Fight or War on January 13th,
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Eastern time, which leads us to tomorrow night when we will have Brenda Parent, aka Sunshine from Vancouver, Washington, on, and she's going to be sharing her story. A lot of things she's got going on besides her sobriety and everything that she has going on with her family, her kids, grandkids, her dogs, and everything else. She's on different committees, and she's involved in so much helping others, which now we are involved in.
Mhm.
Myself and Skylar. Skylar Ray's been involved doing that for the last 3 years. He's headlined it called Hands Across the Bridge, or
Hands Across
something.
the River, I believe.
River, it's event was it Labor Day or whatever?
It's between
And
Portland and Vancouver, Canada.
they have
Vancouver,
this huge
Washington.
event, and Skylar Ray's been headlining it and talking with Brenda. We got an extended invitation to come out there. Just so happens we are going to be flying out to New York the week before that, a few days before that, and along with Skylar Ray and Kayla, with Coach Tony. So we're doing an event with them. While we're there, me and Skylar Ray are going to be doing not only a music video up in the studio at our place in New York, but as well as lives with myself and Skylar, Matt Cronin, Ian, AJ Galante, all of them. We're going to be doing shows there. And then the 31st, us four are flying from there back to Detroit, from Detroit back to
Portland
for the event with Brenda and
Skylar
Hands Across
the bridge.
Yeah, that thing. So it's just insane, man. We are just very blessed, man. Like I said, this has opened up so many doors and opportunities. And just like anything, yeah, you know what? There is going to be negative things, and there's going to be haters and all that.
That's life.
But you know what? It's all good because, like I said, for me and all the stupid shit that I did in my past, just like that, what I discussed earlier, who in the hell am I to judge anybody? So instead, learn from your mistakes, which I'm trying every day. And, that's why I love you guys and I appreciate all your feedback. My man, Danny and Katie.
And Katie are both on.
We'll be seeing you soon for when we get to Portland. But it is so cool just to hang out and get to know people. I mean, we see you guys all the time doing this. We see your names, and then we get to see your pictures and your posts. And, you get to just get a feel for the person. And by the time you meet them, it's
we already met them.
Well, just like people with me and Skylar, they're like, God, how long have you guys known each other, man? And we're like a couple months, and we have yet to ever meet in person yet. When we do our gig with Coach Tony
in Connecticut.
Yeah. I mean, but
New Milford.
Not only that, but after Skylar did My Fight Our War, we were, I think before we even, disconnected at the end of the show, we stayed in the green room and talked for a half hour more. And it's like, this is weird. I mean, it was, Kayla, OG, they're like, how long? I mean, you guys seem like you've known each other forever. And we're laughing and going back and forth. And it's like, you know what? And Skylar was like, man, he goes, I've never had so much fun doing an interview or doing shows. I go, screw this. Let's have our own show. And the next day, it was kind of like my fight I wore, which is this right here. Which that's a picture of a wolf that I drew. And no, I was not drunk. But it just happened. And just like with him, we talked about it. The next day, I woke up and I was just thinking about our conversation, and shot a text back and forth, man, about the show. And I wasn't sure if he was serious or not. And before I got to text that part, he said, "Man, I'm all in. Let's do a show together."
Yeah.
And I was thinking that because just like that, I thought of Music and Mayhem. I mean, that defines me and Skylar. And I sent it to him. I sent a promo to him that I made. And he's like, "Dude, I love it." And Music and Mayhem was born. And not only that, but not only a friendship, but a family and a brotherhood was formed, man. We sat there and talked about all the things that, wouldn't it be cool if we did this and did that? And we went to different events together, and we came to, go on tour with him to different locations. And it started out just as this, yeah, wouldn't it be kind of cool, to now a reality where we already have dates set up that we're all flying out together.
Already have the tickets.
And it's just like, this is insane, man. We get to meet Danny and Katie.
Of course, Skylar
so-
and Kayla, and
so
then
yeah,
Brenda,
they pound cake.
the pound cake. Yes.
Prior to that, like I said, the other people that in person, we had Brianna come out, when they were here for,
That's right.
there was a red carpet thing. So here you talk to people on the phone, and all of a sudden, boom,
You
there
meet 'em.
they are in the studio.
So cool.
And it's just like, you forget that you haven't met them because you're so used to this. It's just like, oh, that's right. We never really met, in person. So it's awesome, man. And that's going to be the same for King Handsome, man, because
Ooh, yeah.
the man himself, man, he was ready to fly to Detroit. He's like, screw that, man. He goes,
13th.
I'm coming to Detroit. And to which I said, oh, hell yes. But you know what? Tuesday, our IT guys are coming.
Mhm.
If we can get this resolved, God willing, please, on Tuesday, and we are fired up, good to go to do in-house, in-person shows, I'll hit you up, King Handsome, man, and we'll do
We'll do
whatever,
a couple practice ones first.
whatever you want, man. We will make it. We will make it a reality.
Absolutely.
Oh, see that, man? Whoa, is in the house. Everyone knows that. And speaking of which, you guys hopefully saw Skylar just kick. It's like I thought that I didn't sleep, which I sleep maybe 2 to 3 hours if that.
Mhm.
Skylar is like, dude, I'm in the studio. What are you doing? I go, I'm in the studio too. And he's just putting out song after song. I hope you guys saw his last one. It's just like I was watching it. I was like, why is he in a closet? It looked like a closet, but then I saw a bookshelf. And but anyways, man, it's all good. It's all fun, man. I am so happy to be doing this. And are there issues? Yeah. Will there be issues? Yeah, it's called life. But
What's really cool is almost everybody on the platform, and in the family, had a rough time in their life, and now they're enjoying their life
pretty much,
as it should be.
yeah. I mean, pretty much, if you're here, you had a shit time in your life. If you're here, we all
Some
did.
way, yeah.
But by the grace of God, man, we're here. And the one thing we do know for sure that we can all relate to is that feeling that we've all gone through. And even worse than that, we can, all of us have someone that we have lost. And through this and telling our stories and then involving them and their stories and their names in our stories, we keep them alive, man. And that's what I try to do when I tell my story. I always involve my brother Jerry, and I involve my little brother Kevin, and then there's people that Porky, who rode with me in the Highwaymen, and other club members that are no longer here. And it's reality, man. The choices that we make could be our last. And by the grace of God, we are here, and we are together as a family. And even families, man, even the tightest families, we beef, we have issues, we argue and fight. But at the end of the day, we're
Love,
still family.
love.
It may take a little time. You may
Yeah.
need some space, and that's fine. But when it comes right down to it, no matter what, I mean, as long as you're, true to yourself and your family, yeah, things are said, things are done. But if you can't forgive, then there's a problem.
Mhm.
And trust me, I'm not preaching to the choir because that was me. You talk about holding a grudge, man. You crossed me in any way, or even if you didn't, but I thought you did, or there was just
Yeah.
gossip and stuff, man, you were on my list forever. And the only person that really suffered was me, because most of the time, the people that were involved, they could give a shit. So here I
Or
am,
they didn't do anything at all and
or they
don't
didn't do
understand
it,
why you're angry.
and yeah, so all this anger was going around that I had. It was senseless,
Mhm.
and
Waste of time.
that's all, man.
Waste of precious life.
As we know, man, life is short,
Enjoy.
so let's live it to the fullest.
Yeah.
And before we get off here, though, we do have some important stuff that we need to go over. I know if Bree's still on here, you'll know what this is. This is important stuff, man. It's important shit.
Get ready.
All right. We do have to cover this, so we are going to have to knock this down a few notches here and get serious. So on January the 5th, 2025, I almost said 4.
Ooh, 2025.
Here's how we start. What did the bison say to his son when he left the ranch?
I don't know what he say.
Bye, son.
Mm.
Yes, it's silly dad joke.
Yeah. What's the best way to make a bandstand?
What?
Take away their chairs.
What do you call a sheep who can sing and dance?
Oh, I don't know.
Lady Baba.
Oh.
Come on. All right. That was a key for everyone.
If you have a dad joke,
Dig down
send it
deep
in.
and get some hippie and dog raz in the house. Okay. All right, Don. It is time for you and everyone else to reach down to that very deep, ugly, silly part of your soul. Find your silly dad jokes and help us out here.
Did you hear about a cat that ate a lemon?
No,
Now it's a sourpuss.
man, I gotta not say anything right now.
Don't do it.
Oh my God.
Oh, but no, don't. I know what
Today,
you're thinking of.
today at the bank, a lady asked me to check her balance. So I pushed her over.
I was wondering if that was going to be it. Oh, what do you call a happy cowboy? A jolly rancher.
Man, I was going somewhere else too.
Yeah, some of these can have multiple answers.
A cop started crying while he was writing me a ticket. I asked him why, and he said, "It's a moving violation."
Moving. Ay, ay, ay.
Come on now.
What do clouds wear underneath their pants?
What?
Thunderwear. They're bad. Some of these are really
Yeah,
bad.
you know what? I mean, they're usually bad, but
So if you're having
So-
pain right
so
now,
please.
we apologize.
please jump in, join. I don't even have enough. Oh,
Laura, you said you have a dad joke. Want to hear it? Yes. So type it out. You got to type it out.
come on in. Bring them in. How do you make a water bed bouncier?
I don't know how.
You add spring water.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay. What do you call an anxious fly? A jitterbug.
No.
Okay, well, yeah.
Where do dads store their dad jokes?
Oh, where?
In the database.
Okay,
wait. Go ahead.
Laura.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to read it. Laura, what do you call a cow with no legs? Okay, Laura, what do you call a
Okay,
cow with no
while we're
legs?
doing that,
Okay, we'll say one while you're typing the answer.
women should not have children after 36.
Wow,
Really?
okay.
36 children is enough.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
Ground beef.
Ground beef. Okay, what do you call it?
Laura
Okay, thank you,
Vitale in
Laura.
the house. Thank you.
All
Everyone
right.
else, chime in.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, chime in. It's silly ass Sunday.
How do you make an egg roll? You push it.
What happens when frogs park illegally?
Oh, I don't know.
They get towed.
Oh, okay. Why did the zombie take a nap?
Why?
He was dead tired. Oh,
Okay, this
So-
this goes true for a lot of us. I used to be addicted to soap,
yeah.
but I'm clean now.
Oh no. Okay. I haven't talked to my wife in a week. Here's a sexist joke. I didn't want to interrupt her.
Oh yeah, there you go. Let's see
Uh-huh.
here.
There's another one
So,
coming.
no, Laura. She goes, I am a Vitaly,
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
right. You
That's
jump
right.
on. What do you call it when James Bond takes a bath?
Oh, what?
007.
I haven't heard that one.
You know what? We got to keep doing these until
Yeah.
OG's going to do one where she's going to say, Did you hear that?
I
like
found that
10
one-
minutes later.
I found that one the other day. I repeated it.
Oh,
Why are pigs bad drivers? Because they hog the road.
oh, Lord. My dad was born a conjoined twin, but separated at birth. So I have an uncle once removed. That was
That's
good.
good. That's good.
That was
you got to
good.
think about that one. That's good.
All right, Don. That's right. We're fine. We need your help.
Yeah,
We need
come on.
everyone's help.
Not
This
so
is
tough.
the silly ass stupid Sunday dad edition joke to end this with a smile before the Lions start.
Yeah. What do computers eat for a snack? You've heard this. Microchips.
Okay.
Uh,
I went to a smoke shop only to discover it's been replaced by an apparel store. Clothes, but no cigar.
oh no. Why did
You
the
see,
police?
right now, people are,
Yeah, like,
we went from
oh.
like 15 eyeballs to like 2. You know?
Yeah, right. Why did the police arrest the turkey? They suspected foul play.
Oh boy. Why should you? All right, this one's all right. Why should you never ever brush your teeth with your left hand?
Why?
Because a toothbrush works better. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We go from being,
You think we tortured
bitchy
them enough?
and going back and forth to, don't do this, and being crabby at the parts of the show and talking about this and that, to talking about left-handed toothbrush. Oh, I'm not done.
Oh, you're not?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well,
I've
then
got a
why
few
did
more.
why did the little strawberry cry? Because his mom was in a jam.
Ay. Okay. My grief counselor died the other day. He was so good at his job, I don't even care.
Oh, no.
I'm no joke teller, but
but-
too cool.
well,
Well, you know what, Don? Either are
free,
we, man.
know.
And that's why, these are just ridiculous, can be. But you know what? When it comes down to it, so what? I mean,
Here's an awful one. Why couldn't the toilet paper cross the road?
because it was full of shit.
It got stuck in a crack.
Ah, that was good.
Yeah.
All right, only a few more, and there's
Yeah,
only
really.
like nobody watching now anyway.
Yeah, they've all given up and gone
Um,
home. They're all preparing for the Lions game.
Okay. As I get older, I remember all the
Oh.
people I lost along the way. Maybe a career as a tour guide was not the right choice.
Ay, ay, ay. What do you get from a pampered cow? Spoiled milk. Not you.
Mm. What do you call someone who refuses to fart in public?
Oh no, what?
A private tutor.
Ay, ay, ay.
Last one. No,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I ran
All right,
out.
then why did Waldo go to therapy?
Why?
To find himself.
All right.
That's enough.
The last one is the one I tell every single time.
Oh, okay.
And just to let you guys know,
He's got a good memory.
I ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon. I'll let you know what comes first.
Hey, he does like that one.
All right. Well, that being said, I love you guys. You know what? And no matter what, man, good, bad, ugly, no matter what, the things that we go through in life, you hear that saying, it's not really that bad don't sweat the small stuff. You always hear this
it's
stuff.
all
But the
small.
thing is, though, when it happens to you, it's not easier said than done to
Mhm.
feel that way. I mean, we're human. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and tell you that, I'm like, hey, you know what? You just talk shit about me. I found out about it. It's all good. No, it ain't all good. And yeah, I am pissed. But you know what? It's not the end of the world, man.
In the
Does
big
it
picture,
does it
doesn't it?
upset me? Yeah. Does it hurt my feelings knowing that it's people that I thought that said they were friends and this and would never do? Yeah, of course. But at the end of the day,
Doesn't
you
matter.
know what? Things happen, things are said, and
Mhm.
was it really that bad?
No.
And believe me, I'm not being a hypocrite because I did a lot of stupid shit. And like I said, I am not one to judge, and I never will be. But it only took me 59 years, but I finally learned from my mistakes. Am I perfect? Hell no. Am I going to make more mistakes? Count on it.
Just
But
enjoy them.
yeah, most will be done on live TV here, so
Yeah.
enjoy them. But every day I will continue to try to do the best I can to be the best person I can be, and then to do everything in my power to make my fight our war the greatest possible. Um, what it can be as a platform, as a recovery, as help, as motivation and support for people that it can be.
Biggest family ever.
And not only that, but to be part of all of yours who are for everyone who's part of a family, our family and my fight our war. I will always, I mean, we're family for life.
Mm-hmm.
And for all the other families that we are part of, as I've said many times, between AA and all of them down the line, Scar Nation through Sober's Cool, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're different names, but we're just extended family.
Yep.
That's all we are. We're in-laws and cousins, and we're, by marriage, but we're all the same big ass family in this together to
Yes.
do what we can to help each other.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, does it make it right what someone did or said? No. But does it make it right to never forgive and to hold a grudge? For me, no.
Mm-mm.
I did that way too long, and it's taken too many years off my life and way too much happiness that I can never get back. So I'm not going to let that happen. So you guys are stuck with the new and improved Manny Vitale, who will every now and then will lose it, and I'll be the first to apologize.
Don't forget Monday, 7 p.m. Brenda Barron.
Don't forget tonight on YouTube at My Fight Our War, Michael
Mike
Bick. Please check him out. And while you're there, do us a favor, click that little button and subscribe to us. And then while you're at it, shoot over to TikTok and please follow us there. Doesn't cost a penny, and it definitely help us tremendously.
And then the 13th is King Handsome.
13th, whoa, in the house, King Handsome. Let's go.
Yeah.
To my brother Skylar Ray, I love you, man. We will talk soon. And to all of you guys, thank you for being in our lives. Thank you for all that you have given me and My Fight Our War. Love you guys.
Go
Keep fighting the good
Lions.
fight. Go Lions.
Go Lions.